Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of VIT Pune Quizzing Society's new series, that is Quipping Quizzes. So, in this series, we will be discussing on various topics related to quizzing and indulging in fun with some of the best masters of the art. I'm your host Naman Jain, and the topic for this episode is Corona Conundrum of Online Quizzing. So, joining me for the discussion are two stalwarts from the world of quizzing, Rahul Mohanty and Vishnu Bodhanapu. So, I'll just start off by introducing these greats. So, Rahul Mohanty is an alumnus of BITS Pilani and currently works in Infosys. He is based out of Hyderabad. A veteran quizzer, he describes himself as a regularly irregular quizzer that has rekindled his passion about quizzing in the lockdown by participating in gazillions of online quizzes from everywhere. Rahul is as funny as they come. You can see the smile on my face and can entertain everyone with his puns and improv jokes. So I have been a fan of them since I got to know him, and I'm sure he will pose a huge threat to all the stand-up comedians out there if he starts doing comedy shows. Apart from that, Rahul is a brilliant quizzer and is in the finals of most quizzes. And I'm counting on Rahul to lighten up this discussion. So moving on to our next panelist for today, Vishnu Bodhanapu, Lockdown Quizzing's finest discovery. So he has created waves in the circuit by setting exemplary quizzes, and those have seen huge participation from people of all ages and cultures, Kashmir se Kumari tak, or in my words, Atak se Katak tak, and an alumnus of UPES Dehradun and a multiple times Crucible winner. Vishnu describes himself as a rare vegetarian from Hyderabad who loves touring India and interacting with different people. So currently, he runs a quizzing organization, TACON, which has set the benchmark for quality online quizzes and offline also, of course. So now that I've introduced our panelists, let's start with the actual discussion. That is, of course, online quizzing. So first question to you, Rahul. Being a veteran quizzer who has been competing in offline quizzes since long, what are your thoughts on online quizzing?
Okay, before I can even talk about online quizzing, the only way I just wanted to say that the only way I'm a Goliath in, online quizzing is that by my size. Okay, that's about it. But otherwise, all those words you have said about me, I don't even come near to that. Very kind of you, but I don't even come to that. But yeah, let's get on to the topic what we are talking about over here. Um, so it just came out of from the left field. The online quizzing part, it has come out of the left field. Previously, when we talk about online quizzes, we used to restrict ourselves to the WhatsApp group, different WhatsApp group we have joined, which includes TACON, where we share questions and everything. But ever since, like everything, where we have adapted to the nature of calamity we are encountering. Okay, so online quizzing is just another tool where we have started to uh, quiz around. Okay, and it's just a method we have started to quiz around, and there's something which I find it a bit convenient, considering the fact that there's a lot of effort which goes into offline quizzing, जहाँ पर हम लोग we go around to places, make out time. There is travel time included, considering the fact that I live
Yeah.
in a place in Hyderabad where you have to travel a lot. That cuts down on your travel time, and the fact that all you have to do to log in into an online quizzing is just have a device and log into that, and I find it incredibly convenient. Okay, so for me, in a way, like for a person who is married with kids and everything, I find online quizzing as a boon for me, because uh, all you have to do is that advertise that online quiz, and I will be on that. If I remember one thing, that I have attended online quizzes while doing dishes. I have said that before. While doing dishes, I on have attended online quizzing. At one time, I was making samosas, and I have attended a online quizzing. Okay, and it was that's the convenience
Yeah.
you have with online quizzing. So I think it's a this is something which was the next evolutionary step into quizzing, and I think this will democratize quizzing.
Yeah, it has democratized quizzing because nowadays people are participating with others from all around India. So before it was restricted only to a city, right? So if you have a association in a certain state or a certain city, and you used to compete with those club members only. So now we are competing with people from all over India and getting to know them. So
And
Vishnu, your thoughts on
yes,
this?
before
Yeah, Rahul,
Vishnu,
continue.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Vishnu, before you can come in, the one more thing I needed to add over here. Incidentally, you know that the people participating in online quizzes or any quizzes for that matter, the subject matter who participate in online quizzes are shy people. Okay, they for them to go to a quiz is a huge challenge. Okay, online quizzes give you that screen of anonymity where you can, without participating in self, you can go and participate, which is fantastic over there. Like you can participate in a quiz in Chennai without have to travel to Chennai, and the fact that you don't have
right,
to
right.
be physically present, that gives you a big advantage. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, right.
just wanted. Yeah, Vishnu, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess there's no noise from my side. It started raining heavily here. No noise, right?
Uh, no problem. You can
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So my online quizzing journey, I'll say from my side because I hosted more than I participated. So the first quiz we hosted was on March 22nd of 2020. So I think the lockdown started on March 21st. We hosted the first thing on March 22nd. The March 22nd is a World Water Day. Water conversation day. So I made a quiz. I along with some other person from SAIL, my friend from SAIL. His name is Sampad Mishra. We made a water quiz which had to be hosted on March 22nd at SAIL Rourkela. But
Okay.
you know the lockdown got announced and everything got cancelled. So I what I did was I went to an NGO and said I'm doing a quiz. If you want to partner with me, yeah, let's do it. So the NGO was from somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. I forgot the exact city. It was Manthan that works on water NGO that works on water issues. So we hosted the first thing. Initially, I posted a few questions on Facebook on the same day. At the end of the day, 8:30 or somewhere, our first quiz was on Skype. So a lot of people participated from Hyderabad and Chennai. So my circles are mostly from Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore. So K Circle, and a few of QFI people and few of KQA people participated there. That's how the online quizzing journey started. That was a private thing. Only 24 people were there, and that was one of the very
Okay.
first online quizzes. Like there were four or five quizzes before that in the previous week, and this was sixth or seventh quiz in the online quizzing sphere. And after that, I did not do any quizzes. Neither did I participate in any quizzes. No. After that,
Okay.
we started something called TACON CQF Association. CQF is Chennai Quiz Factory. So it's by my
Yeah.
friend Raja KV in Chennai. So both of you know about CQF.
Yeah.
Rahul is even part of it. So from March 23rd onwards, we started hosting a quiz every day. There was a group of some 16 to 17 people. So each one of us made a quiz every day, and every day for 2 hours, from evening 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, we were busy with quiz. So I, Rahul, and there are a few other people from Chennai and Coimbatore.
Okay.
Uh, so this went on for up to May first week, right, Rahul? So until May, from March 23rd to May
Yeah,
first week, we had a quiz every day, every single day. Not a single day went without a quiz. Like every single day, we had a quiz. That was a different experience. That was non-competitive, and it was just that was a different experience, and that's the main reason why I'm
Nice.
not participating in any quizzes nowadays. I participated in around 50 quizzes at that time. After that, I am vexed, I'm tired, and I'm not participating in any quizzes nowadays. And apart from that, hosting like uh, I hosted a lot of quizzes offline before lockdown also, but Tacon, like as everyone knows, Tacon got a better name during the lockdown. It all started on my birthday. It was on April 5th. So someone called Nishad Nihar, you might have heard his name in the circuit.
Yeah, the guy from Odisha, I recollect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nishad Nihar is from Bhubaneswar. So he wished me on my birthday and he said, let's do a quiz on Facebook as a fundraiser. So here Nishad Nihar works in a fundraiser called Rahat, and
Okay.
I forget the other name, two or three NGOs he works at. So he wants to do a fundraiser for Rahat. So I said, okay, let's do it. It will be something new or something. So then we tried the Facebook Live quiz. So it was on April
Okay.
12th. Sorry, I'm very good at dates. I remember these dates very well. So it was on April 12th. He hosted, Nishan Nihar hosted a quiz of 10 questions. That
Okay.
was quite famous. Around 60 people participated live, and most of them
Nice.
responded. And we were able to raise somewhere around 9,000 rupees from a 10 minutes quiz.
Oh,
Nice.
great.
Okay, that's when I saw the real potential of online quizzing. And after that, I did a quiz for home run quizzes. You might be knowing home run quizzes by
The
Rishabh
Pune one. Yes.
Rishabh, yeah,
Rishabh Gudadev.
Rishabh from Pune.
Rishabh Gudadev.
Yeah, yeah. So I did a quiz. He did online quiz every day in April. If you remember, in
Uh,
April, Rishabh
Facebook Live, I guess.
on Facebook
Yeah,
Live,
yeah.
he did an online quiz every day. So I did one live quiz which was streamed on TACCon and also Rishabh Gudadi's channel and 10 other Facebook pages. So there's an option on Facebook through which you can stream your live video through into onto as many as channel as many as what you call Facebook pages as possible. You just need to link them. There's an option on Facebook. So that's how it went
Okay.
on. And then I hosted some 2 or 3 other quizzes on Facebook Live. These all are for free, 10 or less than 15 questions. So it was for 20, 25 minutes and it was interactive. And then came the language quizzes. This was a huge shock for me. I made a language quiz. The quiz was on Telugu and Tamil cinemas, which were famous. Like most of the Telugu and Tamil cinemas are made in both the languages. So I made a quiz on in Telugu on the cinemas which are famous in both the languages, and the same quiz also made in Tamil by Secure of
Oh,
Raja of Secure. So we hosted a first
nice.
Telugu Tamil bilingual quiz on Facebook. So there was no English in this. The questions were in Telugu on one side and Tamil on one side. The answer is same for both of them. And the movies were there in both the languages. So let's say if you follow Telugu or Tamil cinema, Dashavataram is a movie of Kamal Hassan. It's there in Hindi also, but it's there in Telugu and Tamil. So that was one of the answer. So that quiz was participated by around 60 people live from both Telugu and Tamil audience, and it was got very good responses after that. So after that, I got, and the surprising thing is, 60 people participated. Among these 60 people, there were people who were not Telugu, neither Telugu or Tamil. There were people from Odisha. There were people from Bengal, Marathi,
So,
Maharashtra.
how did they participate?
They thought they want to see
Considering,
what's going. They did not participate. They were just watching it how it was going.
yeah, that, yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay, so after this quiz got done, I got messages that even we want to host in our language, even we want to participate in our language. And I said, okay, why not? Let's do it. So the next quiz came in the immediate next week. This was done on Saturday. This was on May 11th or somewhere in the May, first Saturday of May, I think. And the next Saturday, the quiz was in Odia by Pavitra Narayan. People might be knowing him, Pavitra Narayan. Next quiz was in Odia, and the next quiz was in Bengali by Anindita Basuroy. And it continued over the next weeks or days. Telugu, Tamil, Odia, Bengali, Malayalam, Marathi, uh, Kannada, and what else? Hindi. Hindi was again done by Nishan Nihar. While doing this, I got other messages that we are not on Facebook, we are on Instagram. Please upload on Instagram. Please do it on Instagram also. So what I thought is, okay, so many people are not on Instagram, many people are not on Facebook. If I do on YouTube, there'll be a lot like they need not be
Yeah,
on YouTube. They can simply come and comment there. You need not
yeah.
even have a Gmail account. You can simply come and comment there. So that's how I started YouTube quizzing, and yeah, people liked it. After this language quizzes, I did 2 fundraisers with you might be knowing this team, myself, Subrata Das, Avinash Modalia, Kapil Jil, and Deepan. So we did,
Yeah, yeah, I heard of that quiz. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Bharat Ko Jano, right?
Not Bharat Ko Jano, I'll tell you. So we did 2 fundraisers. One was for what was that? One was for COVID and Amphan relief quiz. That was a business quiz. I had very less contribution in that. Uh, through that we raised good amount of money, somewhere around 40,000, I guess. I don't remember the exact figure. And
Oh, excellent.
then after a month, it was in July. July we did the quiz on India. That was for the relief of. Okay, that was for an NGO in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, called Perambur Annadana
Okay.
Samajam. So
Okay.
that was an India quiz, and through that we raised 47,000 exactly. The amount is looking too huge. Through that we raised 47,000. Because the first quiz I don't remember because I did not deal with the financials. Second quiz I dealt with the financials, so it was 47,000 we raised through that quiz. That was a big achievement, like relatively for our scale, which we did. That was a 30 questions quiz, and after that, you know, we know each other from Atulya Bharat, right? Atulya Bharat quiz
Yeah.
I started. That was I tried a completely new thing on Atulya Bharat, like YouTube. Everyone in the world can watch it, and only the people who
Yeah.
registered can submit the answers. So many people liked it. I did not get any negative feedbacks on the content or the format. Only feedback I got that some people were unable to manage both of them. If they're using a single mobile device, you need to shift between the tabs. And some people got the form got refreshed. That was a problem. And then I myself and Ishita Das did Atulya Nari. That was again famous. But again in Atulya Nari, we faced one issue that uh,
Numbers.
yeah, numbers were
Numbers for answers. So yeah, this is
no, no, no,
something we
no.
have faced in Naman's
That was
quiz as
no,
well.
no. That was Atulya Bharat. So the numbers for answers was in Atulya Bharat.
Okay.
Atulya Nari had no error technically. I solved
Yeah.
everything. uh,
Yeah, I
uh,
remember Atulya Bharat or Atulya Nari having that
No,
numbers error.
Bharat had some
Bharat had that issue.
two
Atulya
questions.
Nari did
Yeah.
not have any issue.
I was thinking of putting the answer in ASCII value, or probably I will Morse code it or something like that. But then I thought that who will get time for all this stuff?
Uh,
No, but that's the beauty of what Vishnu has been talking about. Okay, so now for a lot of people who would be, if they would be watching this video, they will be thinking that, well, okay, 9,000, 40,000, 47,000. These doesn't come across as huge amount of yeah. But considering the fact that how stingy quizzes are, okay, they for them to get 100 rupees out of them for a registration fee, this has been a revelation. And this is what actually I think online quizzes enables the participation from all over the world, and all over India,
Yeah.
if not all over the world. But there are quizzes I have hosted where people from different countries have participated. But let's talk about India based quizzing. And when we are talking about these language based quizzing and everything, that's democratization. When we are talking about democratization just a while back, that is exactly what I was talking about. Like, see,
Yeah. Right.
the fact that um, in a way there was a slight hegemony in the terms that you have your quizzing society in a city, and you have to go them. And most of the time, even I have been quizzing for what 10 15 years, and I didn't gather up the courage to go to my quizzing association and ask them that whether I can host a quiz. I didn't think that I would be able to do that. And when I joined TACON and CQF WhatsApp group, that is when I started to host quizzes properly. And that is where
Yeah.
I have
Right.
I have evolved as a quiz master. And that is the advantage you have on a online quizzing. And that's where I
Online
honed
quiz.
my skill. And when we said that 20 question 15 question, now I'm able to go around and research and learn about a proper quiz and make sure that the framing is correct or not. I got so much feedback from Vishnu used to look at my quizzes and say that, boss, what is this, why you are writing a wall of text in your quiz, huh? Nobody's going to read it, it's not a essay. Okay, so uh, and then I used to go through that, and I used to reduce my questions, and I have got a lot of feedback from that. I have got a lot of encouragement when I started to do this thing. And frankly
See,
speaking, it has,
Rahul,
yeah.
your previous set, the one I attended a day before, so
Mhm.
it was excellent. So I wouldn't call this ki you have started quiz mastering about 2 to 3 months ago. So it was
Yes,
par excellence.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When I say this with all seriousness. I started quizzing when I came to Hyderabad, and probably when was the Asia Mindsweep? That was the day when I hosted my quiz after a long, long time in K Circle. That was a pop culture quiz. After that, I never
Okay.
hosted a general quiz in between. My area of interest always remain in the pop culture and the entertainment part. I used to host quizzes in them. When I ventured into general quizzing and everything, that was all because of Tacon Sequare. And that is another aspect we don't talk about. The number of quiz masters who have sprung up and mushroomed up
Yeah.
during this time. This is
Yes.
phenomenal.
Yes.
How
Correct.
every day now we have like got a surfeit of quiz. Anytime you go to any quiz group, you will see that there are at least 4 to 5 quizzers advertising their quiz. And the best thing about it,
Yeah.
they will say that the best quiz of India has arrived. Okay,
Yeah.
well, welcome to the club. Yes, just the lightly stand there. Okay. Yeah, that's the most funniest part of it. Like the best quiz in the world, in the universe.
Yo,
I'm just waiting
I
for.
know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
Rahul. I know which one you're talking about. I was laughing last week
yeah. You saw
after I
my
saw the
poster as
poster.
well, and the poster which I made and everything. That was a dig on the kind of people who self-aggrandized by their quizzing. We are not going there. Okay. Naman is very, worried about the whole thing, and he said that no names should be taken. And so we'll be, zipping our lips on that part. Okay, but we will not refrain from making fun of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So that's what. Yeah. Somebody
I
was saying.
forgot to tell you about something. I hosted a quiz called Barrel Quiz somewhere in April. So that was about the oil and gas industry by like it was done by the juniors of my college. My college is University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. Although my course is not that, but my juniors wanted to do a quiz, so I enabled them. The interesting thing is I got participants from Pakistan, Nigeria, Somalia, and not Somalia, Sudan, and Argentina.
All
So
those oil-rich country and
yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
oil
Vishnu told me
countries.
about this,
And
about the oil. Yeah.
yeah, and then the interesting thing is the Pakistan guy who participated in the oil quiz. He was interested in the Atulya Bharat quiz also. So I advertised that part of the thing when he was participating. That a first Pakistani probably participating in first India quiz, like India quiz. That was a nice experience. And
Yeah.
the democratizing the quizzes thing, the language quizzes. I reached a lot of people through language quizzes, which who are never actually the into quizzing. They never didn't. They were never into quizzing. They came and participated. I know a person like someone from Bangalore messaged me. He is an anchor in some channel. So he saw the quiz and he said, "I like the quiz, Kannada quiz. So if there is a quiz next time, I'd like to associate with you." Like I don't even know how it reached him. He's not a quizzer at all. And the Malayalam quiz which we hosted, a Malayalam National Award-winning director won it. So that was a
Oh,
competitive award. So
Nice.
like I don't know, this language quiz has reached some people who are never into quizzing, who never participate, who never even know what quizzing means except KBC or its regional versions.
ABC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
nice.
ultimately, you find a way to get there. Huh? Oh, okay. Uh, you means trust Vishnu to give you trivia about his own quizzes. Okay, like wherever you can use. So tomorrow probably when Vishnu builds that conglomerate of quizzing culture and everything, we probably will have a quiz on Vishnu and say that well, who was the Pakistan participant in the which quiz and everything. Okay, solve for X and Y. Me and Naman, we will be still hosting quizzes on WhatsApp and we'll be including Vishnu as a question over there. Okay. Uh, uh, who-
Uh,
Out of these country, which were the not participating country for the oil and
op-
probably we will
option
have
one,
option
option
one.
one, Bhutan. Option two, Nepal. Option three, Pakistan. Option four, Myanmar.
That's how it would be,
So,
right? Yes. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So no, the thing is, Rahul, you talk exactly what I wanted to. So the thing is, ki, QSOC was formed in 2018. Okay, and we conducted. matlab, I joined in 2019, but QSOC conducted some quizzes only at the college level, not even inter college.
Mhm.
Okay, and they did a quiz in 2019 before I joined. And when this lockdown period started,
Mhm.
so we were one of the first to start the daily quiz thing.
Mm.
Okay, so around 14 to 15 March, it was around announced in Pune. So our college got ended on 14 March, and there is a club in Pune, BCQC, Boat Club Quiz Club,
Yeah, I know about
that's
that.
been running around since the past 20 25 years. So
Right.
we just messaged on Boat Club Quiz Club that we are conducting daily quizzes on Instagram, 10 question quizzes at 8 p.m. every day. And then the BCQC guys, all are veterans, so they said we are not on Instagram. Try to create a new method for us. So we just created a WhatsApp group. We added all those guys. The number skyrocketed to around 150, and we covered 70 different topics in 70 days. So 70 days of WhatsApp quizzing, online WhatsApp quizzing, 70 continuous days. So no one knew about the club, QSOC. No one knew about it before, but now I guess we have reached across India to all the people, and we
That's
have participants pan India.
Yeah, that's the fun part. I never heard about Chennai Quiz Factory. I always hear about QFI, but never participated in that. TACON was introduced by Krishnan to me, and early, just before lockdown, I was introduced to TACON. And then
Yeah.
we have, as we said, QSOC. Then every other quiz, whoever conducts a quiz, they end up creating a WhatsApp group, and that becomes a life on its own as well. Okay, so if
Yes.
you I mean, my quiz means my WhatsApp timeline was pretty, barren when it comes to before January or December 2019. Right now, it goes off the hook. I have to probably mute
Good the group. Yeah, yeah.
mute notifications. Okay, like I have muted it for 1 year, and whenever I feel like, I just open up and go through a ready-made menu of quizzing, and everybody has
Yeah.
their own specialty. That's the best thing about it. So one
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the things what I've seen is that I know that you are into India quizzing, I'm into entertainment and pop culture, but I have learnt about a lot of topics just from getting into those WhatsApp group. And
WhatsApp groups. Yeah.
let's not discount the fact that online quizzes also include that WhatsApp aspect as well. And that was the precursor to online quizzes what we have. Okay, today we have Zoom quizzes and the YouTube quizzes which
Yeah.
Vishnu talks about. Okay, we have successfully pivoted into video quizzing. Okay, but prior to that it was all WhatsApp. We used to post question, and people used to
Yeah.
get into that, and that's how you bring people together. See,
Yeah.
quizzing in India has been quite notorious in terms of having their cliques and groups, and a very set people of
Yes,
people
yes.
working
Correct,
there.
correct.
Okay, I think this what I love about online quizzing over here is that it has brought everybody together in a very weird way, because uh, considering the fact that lockdown was supposed to be the separating factor, and we are supposed to socially distance, we were like mingling like rabbits in the WhatsApp groups. Okay, and the number of questions that get repeated and everything, and at one point it like when the question started to recycle, like यार ये जो क्वेश्चन था मैंने इस ग्रुप में देखा था, and the simple joys of knowing an answer quickly and then quickly typing it out on the other
And
group, and try to get those validation point. It's a different feeling. And see, even after 10 12 years of quizzing, you have that little validation in you, trying to getting that validation for yourself, trying to answer that. I know there are a lot of people who are like have been probably watching a lot of videos on quizzing these days as well, and a lot of people are worried about it. And this segues into the next topic which I wanted to talk about, is the culture of online cheating. Okay, so
so yeah,
wherever
I was going to move on to that, but thanks you brought up the point.
right, yes,
So we
which
can discuss.
segues into the whole point of online cheating in the quizzes. Well, see, at any game or any kind of sport you are involving in, and consider quizzing as a sport, because as one famous quizzer have described it, I don't recollect. I think it's Abhishek Upadhyay, Logic he is known as. He describes quizzing as mind sports. Okay. So, like Naman gets up in the morning and exercises, and also post it in our WhatsApp group that I have done my exercise as well. So that's the way, that's the way you also have to, exercise your brains. Okay. And the kind of trivia, the kind of information we get, and the kind of mental gymnastics we go through in order to, read through a question and try
Yeah.
to make that association and do that, it requires association. And I personally find that like the online cheating is the version of using a steroid or probably a cheat code in gaming, as if the analogy could be made. Well,
Excellent analogy. Excellent
yeah,
analogy, Rahul. Yeah, steroids is the perfect answer. Yeah.
yeah. Getting a steroid or using the cheat code in
Yeah.
a gaming, that's the equivalent of that. But then how do you look at those people who cheat? You just look at them. Okay, fine, they're sad people. They don't want to indulge in that sport in a way it should have been indulged, and well, they have their own reason to do that. And
Yeah.
frankly speaking, you possibly cannot predict the fact. At least I don't know whether the technology is out there or not to discover cheating or avoiding it. We'll come to avoiding it, how we can do that. But discovering cheaters in quizzes, unless it is very explicit, as we have already known that. Okay, like, अरे गूगल जरा बताओ तो इस sorry, I couldn't resist that. Okay, like
It's too funny. It's too funny.
the
I
best,
was in that question.
yeah, obviously, that's how we knew, Vishnu. It's all upon you. If that person comes back and said that, okay, I would really like to see that. If that person is coming to you and saying that, how did you reveal my name? Well, you are digging a hole for yourself. But yeah, I digress. Okay, so primarily, if you feel the need to Google about the question and do that, well, that's your loss. You can't learn much about it. Okay, and the best, see, uh, the thing is that now that we have technology at our hand, the access to information is so easy right now that we
Yeah.
cannot resist it. Okay, and it's frankly very difficult, and a lot of people have to physically restrain themselves to go and Google out the answer, and you possibly cannot do much about it. Okay, so
Yeah.
uh, if I can advise a quizzer who is going into a quiz thinking that, well, what do I do about people who cheat, and how do I know that whether people are cheating or not? Well, I can give you only one advice. The only person you are competing against is yourself. Okay, and that's the primary point you have to take care of. If you are true to yourself and you are, probably answering 5 of it and 6 of it correct, and you have that personal satisfaction that you didn't Google. Okay,
Yes.
and the fact that, see, a lot of people did Google and they forget about the fact immediately. Okay, the person, what I feel that if somebody is going to Google, he's going to Google and immediately he gets his validation, and that's about it. The person who is not going to Google, he is going to think about that particular fact. I remember a offline quizzing when I went to IIT Hyderabad, okay, to attend a quiz, and I remember teaming up with a random college quizzer, okay, and I didn't have that expectation that whether I would be able to qualify the finals with that particular college quizzer. I ended up like with him. I ended up on the second position on the prelims part. Okay, we absolutely smashed the prelims. That person happens to be Zaman. Okay,
Oh,
Oh,
Zaman Khan.
yes,
Oh.
Zaman. Okay, so I never knew Zaman before that quiz, and he absolutely smashed the quizzing, and he's
Yeah.
answering left, right, and center. And yes, with my meager knowledge, also we somehow got to the second position, and that's when I saw that person's dedication towards quizzing. He had a notebook with him and a pen with him. For every question, he was noting down the funda, that this is the
Oh,
funda
nice.
he is going to do that. Well, that was a revelation for me, and that has been my modus operandi ever since. Ever since I'm attending quizzes and everything, I am having my notebook. I am scribbling down points which I have to read out later. A
Oh,
Google quizzer is not going to. I will call them
correct.
Googlers. Uh, no offense to the original Googlers, but yeah, the Googlers are not going sit and gather that point. For them, it was
Correct.
internet validation points they have to get, and they will possibly go with that. And you have to forget about them. Which brings me to the other point over here: the quiz masters. The quiz masters are now obsessed in a way. One of the quiz masters is sitting there itself, okay, who is our host, Naman, who is possibly obsessed on making ungoogleable quizzes. I understand. See, it's hard for you to to design to the fact that somebody is going to Google and make a mess out of your quiz. But the problem remains at that when you, in a bid to make your quiz questions ungoogleable,
Yeah.
you often miss the art of quizzing, where you are not able to frame your question in a way that will probably give the normal quizzer who is attempting out of honesty and everything,
Yeah.
they are not going to work out the quiz, and they won't be able to work out the quiz, and they are left with very few clues in the first place
Okay.
itself, and they are
Okay.
dealing with a bad case of no clues in the question, and possibly zone out of your quizzes. Like, okay,
Yeah.
after sixth or seventh question there would be zoning out because, well, there's nothing in for me, there's no clues in for me to
True.
work from. So that is where I also feel that the enthusiastic quiz masters over here, they have to also dial down a bit. You have to design to the fact, unless and until you have a foolproof method of catching quizzes, means those who cheat as quizzes. You have to, if you have a foolproof method of doing that and probably frame your question in a good way, nothing like it, okay. But if you are not able to frame your questions and properly, and you try to make in a bit to make it ungoogleable, if you are stuck with that, I think that is also counterproductive to the quizzing culture. You have to be
Yeah.
very, very difficult. It's a very difficult art to sustain, okay, because you
Okay.
have to research a lot and you have to put in a lot of effort to do that. And if people are not happy with the quizzes and they are like zoning out of quizzes, well, it's
Hmm.
not achieving the whole thing. So for me, I don't have the methods to catch a googler or anything, and I don't want to be involved in that aspect at all. For me, what I try to do is that try to make it as fun as possible. for
Possible.
me
Yeah.
for me, I try to make it as non-competitive as possible. I usually go for a bounce or shout out method. Bounce method is something which I avoid if not needed, okay, unless and until we are quizzing in a proper setting and everything. And that is something what I've seen in K Circle, that they are resigned to the fact that there will be googlers and everything, so forget about them. Rather enjoy your quizzes what you bring. Make sure that you are framing them in a way that people are entertained by it, and then possibly you can work on it. I would like to know what Vishnu thinks about it.
Yeah, my ideas are same that if you're making it ungoogleable, it quizzing is already elitist. I want to take it to the tier 2, tier 3 cities. Like it's only in cities Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Bombay, Pune, Calcutta. These are the only cities known for quizzing, right?
Yeah.
So and even in the cities it's a very limited community, like a very small community. Like if you make it ungoogleable, it will become even smaller. My aim is it I want to take it to towns, villages. I've hosted some quizzes for rural students, and like I even hosted a quiz for our society. So they like it when they're able to crack it. And to avoid googling in online quizzes, I choose the method of timing. So I'll give minimum amount of time so that people won't be able to Google. Like the both Atulya
Yeah.
Bharat and Atulya Nari, which I hosted
Yeah.
at a big level, I gave like I saw the scores. I can understand who Googled and who did not Google. So the scores were clear. The people who are like whom I know personally, they're like I know they can answer and everyone. They got they got on the top, and the people who Google were unable to come on the top. Like I am not mentioning the
Yeah.
names here. I know who Googles, who doesn't Google, literally. Uh, so they were not able to cope up with the timing there. It's difficult to go, you see it in the YouTube, go to the Google, search it, and put it on the Google
Yeah,
form.
yeah.
So for each question, before running the quiz, I and the Atulya Bharat with Kishan and Atulya Nari with Ishita Das, we had a multiple reruns and set the times like 15 seconds for this question, 20 seconds for this question,
Okay.
25 for this question. So we'll first read out the question and saw that, yeah, we'll take 12 seconds to read this question and 5 more seconds to give some clues. And in the meantime, people will answer the answers, like enter the answers. So they won't get time to Google at the time. Like you can, of course, Google if there are 4 or 5 people, but still, we made sure we
And
made
4 and 5 people are like industrial scale of Googling this.
You
Or
make
else
it
you have,
sure.
yeah, or else you have, Google Cortana on that. And Cortana Didi, kaun hai US ka president?
So I believe in like my quizzes. You may have seen like I want them to be accessible. Like you may not know the question, but you'll know the answer for sure.
Yeah.
That's how I try to frame my quizzes. So they are easily Googleable also. If I give a 1 minute time for each question, they can like everyone can easily Google and everyone will get 20 out of 20. Like I keep
Correct.
20. Like I keep the time limited so that people won't be able to Google. Ungoogleable, I don't want to make ungoogleable quiz. Like I'll never make an ungoogleable quiz. I've seen some quizzes. I've seen some quizzes. I did not like them at all. The ungoogleable quizzes, they're too elitist. Like the newcomer to quizzing will never come back after seeing that quiz.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
some of the quizzes which I've seen is like they go on a ungoogleable quest. Oh my God, the question is even more horrible than the people who Google. If I may dare to say,
Right.
I'm not accusing you, Aman. Okay, you made that case. I was
I was
worried
going
about
to
it.
state that point. Rahul, you are scoring 14, 15 in my quizzes and you are telling this.
No, no.
No, no, no.
So
I saw your quiz on YouTube. No, I'm not talking about your quiz now.
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Like there are other quizzes.
See,
Uh,
that's the fine balance you have to strike. Like you have to understand that. See, there is some bit of task you have to introduce to discourage googling. Yes, for me, I always rely on multi-part questions. Like I have 3 parts
Yeah.
to a question or 2 parts to a question. So, well, you go and Google one part of the question, then you won't find the second part, and then bounce. Okay, so probably on the bounce probably you'll get it, but on the bounce you won't get it. Okay, so that's the advantage one might have. Yeah, sorry, Vishnu, you are saying that.
what was I saying? Yeah, multi-part question. That's a
Time
nice
limit,
idea,
yes.
but when it's a large-scale quiz, when the people are participating in hundreds or even
Yeah.
thousands, people say thousands will never participate. Actually, I'm working on something which is going to come out soon, which we are expecting thousands of participants. So, like when thousands of participants are there, you can't go and correct each and every answer. So there you can't put multiple answers. You need to put single worded answers, and you should be able to automate it. So there, again, the multiple part answers won't work out there.
Yeah, that's the fine balance you have to see. That
Right.
obviously you have prelims and everything. We
Hmm.
usually go in directs and we have our
Yeah,
set of
direct is a
people.
different thing.
Directs is a different thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, I understand that. One of the more ingenious way of avoiding cheating, which I have heard about in one of the podcast, is that, well, they actively went and modified a web page. Okay, so modified a web page,
Okay.
the funda about something, and they modified the web page and included false information on that. Okay, and the person who googled, they went into that particular false information and reproduced it. Well, that's the best form of baiting somebody. That is epic, and I would
Ah.
be frankly very interested in
Like that's
doing
nice.
that. That's like some espionage level of catching somebody. Is like you
Yeah.
are laying elaborate bait to do that, and a lot of people are saying that, well, if that could be done, that is, this is like sabotaging cheaters on a different level. Okay,
Yeah.
so,
Right.
that also brings a very unique aspect to it. Well, hats off to them, but for me, I have my two brain cells to contend with. One will make question and one will make answers. Okay, so yeah, so I don't have a lot of expertise in that knowledge, so I'll probably stick to multi-part quizzing. I'm not famous enough like Vishnu to have prelims and what you can say mains into the whole thing, because मेरे में तो 8 लोग आ जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है in the quizzes. Okay, they appreciate my quizzes. I don't deny that. Okay, they like my quizzes, but the fact is that I have very less audience, so I don't have to worry about people with them.
Okay. So moving on, Vishnu, what will
Yeah.
be the aftermath of this? So after everything, the lockdown and all gets over and everything returns to normalcy. So will people be preferring online quizzing or the offline thing?
Aftermath of this will be two different quizzings. One will be offline, that will be going on like it was going on before, and one will be online. This will be continuing like this because people on online, they are seeing a huge participation. So
Yeah.
obviously the online quizzing will be continued, and offline quizzes, I assume they'll continue, but in a lesser amount. Like there won't be as many quizzes as before. That's what
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I can't say if anything may happen. We didn't expect all this to happen at all. Uh, that's what I'm thinking. So the there'll be two different quizzes. Online quizzes goes on and offline quizzes goes on.
Offline quizzing goes on.
Yeah.
But I guess the online quizzing, it will reduce a bit as people start their normal life.
Yeah, but on Saturdays, like even offline quizzes are always on Saturdays and Sundays only. They were never in weekdays except few quizzes. Always all
Yeah.
online quizzes, offline quizzes are on Saturdays. Saturdays. In Hyderabad, if you're in Hyderabad, it's only on Saturdays. If it's on Sunday, no one will go usually. Not only Hyderabad, though, even Chennai and Bangalore. I travel a lot for quizzes in this Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Dehradun, and Delhi. So always, most of them are on Saturdays only. The same thing will be happening with online quizzes also, Saturdays and Sundays. Even before lockdown, we had online quizzes on day to compete for like the online prelims. Even then, there was a lot of googling. I know a lot of googlers there. Uh, yeah, even those were on Saturdays only. Friday nights or Saturday nights. They used to
Saturday
start
night.
at 10 o'clock or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I have seen that there are many veteran quizzers who are refraining from online quizzing. So they don't like to participate in online quiz. The main revelation has been that the online quizzing, there is participation from college students and a large scale of people who didn't know quizzing before. And you have been the pioneer of it, of course. So even in my quizzes, there are people who are not veteran quizzes. There is a very small amount of age-old quizzes, and the most of the people are school students and college students. So so
So
online quizzing will continue.
I'll online quizzing will continue, but I did a small survey. I sent a form and asked people what's like why are they not participating or why are they participating. So some people said, uh, "Can you hear some music here or what? Is it a
Yes.
disturbance?"
No,
Okay,
not so
okay,
much.
okay. Uh, they said they need to stare at a lot of people online, so that's why they don't want to participate, or they have to hear to everybody's answers. That's why they don't want to participate. So if you're doing on Zoom, Discord, and Google Meet, these people may shy off. But if you're doing on something which it's like talking to you directly, talking to the person, then people are coming and participating. I've seen that.
Okay.
So let's say on YouTube, if you're participating, no one knows that you're participating unless you comment, right?
Yeah, yeah, right,
You'll be
right.
saying, yeah, unless you comment. So you need not hear to someone else or you need not listen to someone else. It's like I'm directly talking to you. I'm staring at you and I'm talking to you. But if it is being done on Zoom, it's like 100 other people are talking to you. So that's what many people are not liking. That's what I came to me on the survey, which I did. Small survey. It was around 70 to 80 people. That's what they told
Okay.
me. And new quizzes, obviously, online quizzing is a boon to them.
Yeah.
I've known many new quizzes who only attended one or two quizzes offline and they came online and they're completely quizzes now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So online quizzing has been a boom even for me because I started quizzing last year only, and I didn't realize my potential as a better quiz master than a quizzer. So yeah,
That
so
has
I'm
been the case
better.
for all three of us.
So Rahul, your views on this?
See, I think I can understand the veteran quizzes not participating in online quizzes, because for them it has been an investments of years. Okay, they have invested years of practice and quizzing elsewhere and building that knowledge base. Okay, to be appended by something like Google, okay, a simple Google search engine,
Yes.
is something which is very hard for them to you know recount to. Like they cannot uh, accept that fact that just by googling they are being appended. I mean, they are not being appended anyways. They are brilliant quizzes. They probably they're going to destroy you in offline quizzes. But the fact that they have invested a lot and got into this art, and they have been the original worshippers of this art and everything, and they were
Yeah.
putting in that in effort, is a huge thing for us. So I can understand that they don't want to get into the uh, online quizzes at all. But at the same time, there will be an audience for online quizzes as well. Okay, because as we talked about tier 2, tier 3 cities where quizzes doesn't happen on a regular basis. Okay,
Yeah.
to tap into that kind of market where you make your quizzes accessible and you may try to you know engage people and try to get them into the quizzing culture. For them, it's all new. The fact that for a lot of people, for me itself, for me, I used to live in Rourkela, and even though NIT Rourkela had a very
Yes.
thriving quizzing culture, I never was a part of it. Okay, my quizzing journey has started when I shifted to places like Bangalore, Kolkata, um, Pune, Hyderabad. I consciously actually try to relocate to places where there is a good quizzing culture. Okay, so but yeah, when I relocate to these places, to these cities, then I understood that what quizzing is all about. How do we go about quizzing, and why
Yeah.
there is such a charm to that. And these quizzes, they spend their afternoon quizzing away, or not even afternoon, the whole day of Saturday.
Yeah.
Usually it is
Right.
Saturday. They spend around time and invest into that. They don't want that to be taken away. I have heard impassioned uh, monologues by people who have taught. I mean, so they're talking about how cheating is going to completely destroy the culture, and destroyed by their own kind, like people who cannot resist that temptation, quizzers, seasoned quizzers who couldn't
Season quiz.
resist
Yeah. Yeah.
who couldn't resist a temptation to google and use unfair means, for that matter. So for them it is quite heartbreaking in nature, and I can understand. And those are the people who are going to go back to offline quizzes. But the online quizzes, both from a convenience point of view and the accessibility part of the view, and whether it is a YouTube or Instagram quiz where you are talking directly to there, or the fact that you could collaborate with people, for me it was all about collaboration with people and talking to them and knowing different facts. Okay,
Yeah.
talking to a Vishnu, talking to a Naman, talking to Avinash Mudaliar on for all it mattered on a irreverent quiz group, also has revealed a lot of facet to it, and that is something I will it gives a added dimension to it. Okay, that is
Yeah.
something I wouldn't achieve in a offline quizzes, because in offline quizzes you have very set people of who quiz among themselves, and they are not welcoming in nature. Let's be clear about
Yes.
that. Okay.
So
That-
this
yeah.
this point. Sorry to interrupt you, Rahul, but quizzer from Pune, Venkat Srinivasan. So he wrote an article in 2011 how eminent quizzers are not welcoming. They don't take different new people to their
You are
herd.
talking about glacial watching, VCAT.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wicked. You know it?
Yeah, I know it. Uh, when it comes to controversy about quizzing, I'm a big buff in that. Okay, for me, I have also been part of controversies as well. If people know my name, they will know my name as a person who has picked a fight with a very, very, very eminent quizzer and was thrown out of a very,
Eminent
popular
group.
group. Not eminent group, I would say very popular group. Okay, and the eminent word has stopped making sense in that particular group. It's a Facebook group. Okay, I was thrown out of that group because
Like
I picked up a fight, and that eminent quizzer also wrote a poem for me, which I came to know. I
Send it
was
to me. Send it to me.
no means I can't access it because I was thrown out of the group, and yeah, so I had my part of quizzing controversies and everything. So we let's not go out there. We are
Now
talking.
everyone knows that group, and I think the person also.
Yeah, probably if somebody watches it, they will know that. They will know that what I'm talking about if they know it. Okay, so if they're part of, okay,
Yeah, everyone got it now.
no, probably now they should be able to know that. But that's beside the point. We are talking about online quizzing. But yes, this is also an online quizzing phenomenon which happened. Okay, so but yes, that's the point I'm talking about. Eminent quizzers are very very closed knit groups, and they try to quiz among themselves. And VCAT has famously wrote about the glacial watching phenomenon, which was a dig at the people who did that, and it has all sprung up from a Shreya Shah Twitter thread, which was named as Bomboclat. Okay, so if you are aware of this particular thing called Bomboclat in Twitter, so they asked about feedback about quizzing in India, and a lot of people complained about the fact that if you are in quizzing in big cities, it's a very toxic culture in the sense that there is no involvement. People feel
Right.
very unwelcome there. It's a elitist culture and everything. The same quizzer who made fun of me, he also defended the fact that no, it's not elitist, and KQA is quite
They're actually giving away everything.
yeah, it was welcoming in nature. Let's not make any bone about it. It's quite public in nature. People can go and search about it.
Right.
But they talked about
One,
it. But at the end of the day, not trying to digress from the topic over here, that people find online quizzes as a very accessible thing. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Over time, like we have busted out cheating in offline quizzes, we'll find methods to bust cheaters in online quizzes as well.
Online.
Okay. So it's just a progression. We have discovered online quizzes just 6 months back, and people are ready to write its obituary on the fact that it has problems. Well, quizzing in India itself has a problem. Did that
Yes,
stop?
correct.
Didn't stop it. We have to work towards improving it. Okay, and people have done that. Okay, the people have taken measures to done that, and it's just we have to refine our process. We have to get new methods of doing that. We have to do it properly so that the quizzing culture thrive, and it will thrive. Both can coexist. Both can have a very symbiotic relationship and can feed off it. Okay, so I think online quizzing is here to stay, and offline quizzing has its own charm. People will go and participate in that as well.
yeah, and I have one more thing to add. You said veterans are not participating. They're actually participating, but you know the fact that there are a hell lot of quizzes happening. You know about Tech on Calendar. I keep updating the calendar. I know how many quizzes are happening.
I've stopped looking at the TACON calendar because I feel guilty about missing quizzes. I didn't get chances to attend quizzes previously. Arey quiz kahan hota hai? Mujhe batao. When I now look at the TACON calendar, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Quizzes that-
the same feeling to me. Like there are a lot of quizzes happening, and these veterans are not clearly not interested to participate in all these things. And veterans are actually participating in the quizzes, which are like I am not a veteran. I am not a veteran, and I and Rahul participate in one quiz which happens every Saturday. We were told not to tell it publicly. So
Elsewhere, yes.
yeah. So nowadays I'm not participating. I participated until May. After that, I got bored. I said I'll join the offline mode again, not in online. So all the veterans are participating there. That's a weekly thing, once in a week, which was happening in the offline mode also.
Twice
So
a week. It is
yeah,
Saturday
now
and
it's
Sunday.
happening twice a week. In offline mode, it was once in a week.
Hmm.
So people are participating there. Even veterans are having they're having participating in the quizzes,
Close
but
knit
not
group, yeah.
not in all the quizzes,
Yes, the
all the
point I
quizzes.
wanted to state that here they're still participating in private Discord or private Zoom quizzes. That I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly what
dep-
Vishnu is saying.
depends. Yeah, and as Rahul pointed out, they are not accessible. At K Circle, I found them more accessible than the other quiz clubs which I went and participated once or twice or more than that. At K Circle, I find the old god, the veterans, they're more accessible to the new people. Like
Yeah.
all, I'll take the names, not an issue here. The Prasanna, Annie, JK, not the Chennai JK, Hyderabad has
Krishna,
a
yeah.
different JK, Deva sir, and everyone. Like they're accessible to the new people. Whenever a new person comes, they go to him or her and talk that are you new to the city? Are you new to the cuisine? And they encourage them to come back. I didn't find this in the other quiz clubs with where I participated. Like the top people, the veterans are veterans only. The other people had
Yeah.
to climb the ladder by themselves. Like whether someone agrees or not, this is a fact. In K Circle, it's more friendly. Even though at K Circle, I bought a lot of new people, but they don't come back. The only reason they say is the at K Circle we host a quiz at some place called YMCA.
Lam YMCA, Lamakam,
YMCA.
yeah.
Yeah, Lamakan is better, but YMCA, that's a 150-year-old hall, 150 plus, and that's almost unchanged since 150 years, except a tube light or something. So, so what people, the newcomers who come there, complain that
The
the
facilities are not good.
yeah, the room is very
Yeah.
old and everything. And
But
sometimes,
yeah,
unfortunately, when I bring in new people, KCL is an open thing. Anyone can conduct a quiz. Like you can go and put your name on the roster and you can host a quiz. So sometimes some people come up with the complete like same topic throughout the quiz. Like 40 questions will be on the same movies or music or something. So yeah, if you
yeah,
do such quiz, let's say if someone is too much into sports and he has all the questions on movies, he won't come back again. So that's why
Yeah.
KCircle makes a rule that don't make your quiz monotonous. It should be covering all the topics. It should be general.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that, and I went ahead and conducted a pop culture quiz completely complete with pop culture phenomena in K Circle. That was my first quiz at K Circle, and Krishan was very what you can say adamant, saying that just advertise it as a general quiz. Don't say that it's a pop culture quiz, otherwise the people are going to kill me. Okay, so but
Yeah, because
uh,
Kishan
yeah.
tells everyone that make it a general quiz.
General quiz. Okay, so uh, he is a very supporting guy. I mean, yeah, shout out to K Circle over here because they have been very welcoming in that nature. That and BCQC as well. Okay, I have gone there. Although I got dengue in BCQC when participated for the few times over there, but. Those are the two groups I found that they are very laid back, and for them quizzing is it's supposed to be what we think is quizzing is like
Yeah,
just a leisurely afternoon or evening spent talking about topics, and there is a very old charm feeling you have when you go and sit in that 150-year-old hall
yeah,
where with the broken chairs. I have probably broken 4 or 5 chairs over there. Okay, I have to usually put 2 chairs over there and sit. Okay, so the old chairs I have broken, and probably that's the reason they will bring in new chairs and everything. But yeah, why we are talking about chairs? But yeah, that's the fun part of it. Like you go and just participate, and anybody just can get up from the quiz and go and bring a tray full of
some
tea and all the puffs and everything. They pass it around, and we drink tea and just have make merry and just participate in that quiz. And that's what quizzing is all about.
yeah,
And that's exactly what we want in the online quizzes part as well, because
and that's
uh,
not gonna happen after we reopen after COVID, passing around the teas and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, that's a different thing altogether. I don't know what would be the rules of engagement after COVID. That's a different thing altogether. That's a different beast we have to deal with. But when it comes to doing that, replicating that in K Circle, I try hard to do that in our online quizzes. Whenever, even if I hold it for my company quiz club, okay, so I make it a point that we just have shout out and bounce and nothing else. Just go through the question, learn about the trivia, and get over with it. Okay, so don't be competitive about it. Previously I used to be obsessed about points and everything, but slowly I'm decoupling from that fact that and just to pursue quizzing in its purest form, that to learn about a fact or two and go home. That's about it. Okay, I am not going to be the next Mahaquizzer or the next let's say lone wolf or something like that. But for me, quizzing is just a pursuit that I get to zone out in a place where I enjoy learning trivias, and that's about it. And that's what I want online quizzing to be.
Yes. Okay. So thanks, Rahul and Vishnu. We had a huge 1 hour discussion, and we could, of course, continue on this topic, but I think our viewers will get bored now. So we'll be having a rapid fire round now.
Okay.
So starting with Rahul.
Why me
Okay,
first?
Rahul.
Huh? Go with Vishnu first, okay?
So
No,
this is
is this gonna
classified
be-
on weight.
Sorry?
Classified on weight, it
Oh,
seems.
classified on weight. So Vishnu is the lower weight category. No, you don't start
No, so forget the weight, the age.
age. Okay. Still, Vishnu is
The
lower
age-
in age.
No. The
Descending
age,
out.
you have the beard, the age, weight, everything.
That's fine.
Actually, I don't even have a beard.
Okay. So Rahul, first question. पहले अंडा आया क्या मुर्गी?
पहले ऑमलेट आया था.
Okay, you want such. Okay, I'm bad at such answers. Okay, go on.
Okay.
The quizzing genre you hate the most?
Um, movie quizzes about European bread making.
Okay. Question number 3. Sing a song by Dinchak Pooja.
दिलों का स्कूटर
No.
मेरा शूटर. Okay.
You just change the lines. You
I
change
can
the word.
I can change the word.
No. You change the word. You change the actual lyrics, right?
Well, I'm not a connoisseur of Dinchak Pooja songs and everything, but I will, yeah, कि selfie मैंने ले लिया. That's about it. I can't go past the first line of the quiz.
You get plus 10 on the pounds. An extra 2.5 for singing another song. Okay. Moving on. What will be a lotus with many hair called?
Lotus with many hair. Kamala Harris.
Yeah, correct. Another plus 10. Moving on to your last question. When are you planning to audition for the KBC or whatever that is?
For that, I need to take tips from previous winners.
Okay.
I think I have access to someone, I guess. I don't exactly remember, but there is a very. I think we have a previous winner of KBC. Probably season 9. Yeah, could be.
Okay.
Naman will
That's
be in
great,
trouble.
Rahul. You can ask him for guidance. So
Okay.
moving on to Vishnu. So
Yeah.
Vishnu,
Like, I
your
can't-
favorite destination?
My favorite
Yeah, please.
destination. Like, I can't give
favorite
funny
destination.
answers like Rahul. My favorite destinations, some new destination. That's it.
Okay. Non-veg food you miss the most?
Halim?
What?
Halim.
Lean.
Halim, man. Hyderabadi Halim.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay.
What?
Thanks
You
for
don't
adding
know
the
Halim?
trivia.
What?
You don't know Halim. You
Yeah.
call yourself a quizzer. We have been talking to the wrong sort, Vishnu.
Yeah. You don't know Halim.
You don't
I'm
know
a vegetarian
Halim.
now, but still you don't know Halim.
Okay. This is going on the group, you know, where you.
I guess I had to learn the video editing thing.
He's going to censor out. Now nobody is going to come to your quizzes, yeah?
Okay. So, guys, Rahul, do you know exactly what pitla bhakri is? Let's talk about pitla.
Pitler. What is that?
What is that?
Okay, so looks like Rahul doesn't know the famous food of a Western state. So,
No, you
we
didn't
are
say
on
it
par
correctly.
here.
Okay.
Pitla.
Pitler. Bhakre. Bhakre, I know.
Yeah. Bhakri.
Bhakri.
So, forget the bhakri. What is pitla?
Pitler is a similar thing like bhakri only.
Oh, pitla is similar like bhakri. So they eat bhakri.
Obviously, I have to see. This is how your quizzers, invent and they try to make
Yeah.
connections. everything.
Okay, so I guess we are on equal points here.
I don't know what's Pitler Baki, but Bakri or Bakri, whatever it is. But Hyderabadi Halim as a first non-vegetarian item in India to get a GI tag, so you must be knowing it.
I I should have known that Vishnu will be moving on to the GI tag thing here. So, okay, moving on. Vishnu, please share the contact numbers of your friends Brahma and Mahesh.
Okay, yes, 00000. Just tell it.
Okay, if you were given a chance to rename an Indian city, which one would it be?
Rename an Indian city. Yeah. Nothing, like all the cities are fine.
The thing is that there's a lot of cities which is going on Vishnu's name or heads.
No,
right?
all are renamed. That's what I'm thinking. What did
Yeah, almost all are renamed.
That's the
Yeah.
current pop culture phenomena, and Rahul will be including that in his quizzes.
Like all are renamed. I'm thinking what can be renamed. Nothing.
I can point out many, but that would be
Ahmedabad,
very.
Ahmedabad,
I was going to
Ahmedabad.
do that.
Where are you? Yaar, seriously. You should ask a bhakt like me in this question, okay? We will probably write
Ahmedabad
down.
was actually
10
founded by Ahmedabad was actually founded by Ahmad Shah, so that makes sense.
Well, there was a different name for Ahmedabad, if I recall it.
Karnavati.
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 That's
Karnavati.
which was a Atulya Bharat question also.
No. Was it? No. It was not Atulya Bharat question.
Somebody asked.
It was my question only, but not Atulya Bharat. It was in a case.
Because I remember your font. Your font is legendary.
Yeah.
It was case.
Yeah, even in
question on December 28th, 1919. Sorry, 2019.
Even in Tita's general quiz teaser questions, we don't have to look at the name of the quiz master.
Because the font is
enough. Yeah.
Font and that middle thing.
Line. Yes.
See, you have created your own brand as well.
Universal font, Vishnu font. In Odisha, my sister is doing a project, so a CBSE project. She is in the 10th, and the writers have only 3 surnames: Das, Mohanty, and the third one is Samantaraya or something.
Samantaraya. Okay, so
Yeah.
Mohanty, okay, Das, and there are a lot of other Odia writers and everything. So the thing is that Gopabandhu Das. I happens to be my grandmother's sister is a Padma Bhushan awardee. Okay, she was awarded last year only. Okay, so we have a rich Odia literature circle. Don't ask me right now, okay? Because I have to go to Google and. So yeah, but yes, the fact that I used to live in a very cosmopolitan city that didn't and where learned till class 6 and 7. So yeah, I have a very bad knowledge about Odia literature. Something I'm trying to improve, but they used to have Das Mohanty and what did you say, Samantaraya? Okay, but there are other people as well. Do talk to me offline. I will give you.
Okay.
Just like in office, if you don't know answer to something, let's connect offline and then we can. That's how it is. Okay. Yeah.
So thank you, Rahul and Vishnu, for taking out your time for this discussion.
Our
and we'll of course continue it offline.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Vishnu.
Bye.
Bye.
Make sure that you press stop.